Good morning, class.
Good morning.
Good morning once again.
Good morning, sir.
So I am Michael Kodro, from the class of ATV. And concerning community service project, we were to handle roommate conflict and settlement. So roommate conflict being a problem that we face each and every time we in hostels or within the school college. So our project was to provide some solutions to roommate conflict among learners around really the college and the community. So what would be the actual thing that would cause roommate conflict and or that would cause roommates to disagree in one way or the other? So number one, we have the main reason being lack of effective communication and mutual understanding among roommates. So if I may have wronged one of my roommates and I don't express myself in a way that he or she can understand, so you find that we will obviously disagree at the end of the thing because we will not have a mutual understanding amongst ourselves. So some of the causes of roommates conflicts, we have poor communication skills. This is inability of one to express him or herself in a good way against one another. Number two, differences in culture and lifestyle. You find that how I live and how you live are two different things based on my culture and my lifestyle. So we find that if it is not how I live, we will obviously disagree. Number two is respect of one another's space. If we don't respect my space, I won't respect yours. And in the disrespect of one each and other space, you find that there will be conflict. Number four, laziness amongst the room members of the room. That is in matters to attending cleaning duties. Find that our rooms you have to clean. So if you have that one roommate who is lazy and cannot wash the room when the duties are delegated to him, you find that we will end up either getting kicking out of our room or we change. We are taking duties. So now we go to the effects of the problem to individual members and colleague community. Conflict among roommates or among fellow learners around the college. What are some of the effects to the individual members and college community? Number one, we have health issues. On health issues, we have stress-related health problems like headaches, fatigue, and so on. Number two, we have academic challenges, difficulty focusing on studies due to emotional stress. So continued conflict among you and the roommates or your fellow colleagues around the college may lead to you not concentrating in class. Whenever you go to class and you find that you are trying to concentrate, but when you recall that maybe these are coming or just a night conflicted among yourself in the room, find that concentration may be poor in class. Number three, we have social isolation, avoiding being around others in the room, leading to loneliness. So you find that when we are in a settlement and we don't solve the conflict amongst ourselves, find that when I'm in the room, I don't want to be there. When I am there, I don't want to be there. So you find that the person feels like he's eliminated from the rest of the group, leading to him or her being lonely much of the time. And you know that being lonely might lead to stress and maybe accumulation of many thoughts, or the person may think of maybe even committing suicide because he or she is not in good terms with fellow colleagues. So the next subtopic is on the objectives of the research. What are some of the objectives of this research? Or what is the importance of research? Number one, you have identified most uncommon causes of roommate conflict, of which we have said some of the causes will be laziness, disrespect of one's space, disrespect of one's culture and lifestyle, amongst others. And also find that drug abuse may be also a cause or a source of conflict among others, because if you find yourself going out of the toilet and you come back drunk and you start shouting out in the room, you definitely chase it out. So number two, we have the objective number two, we have identified impact of roommates, conflicts on academic performance, and psychological well-being. So, on academic performance, we found that we talked about not concentrating in class, or you not having full attention in class, which may lead to, you may hinder your academic performance, and also the loneliness part of the effects will lead to your psychological well-being. So you find that your thinking is hindered, how you relate with others is hindered, so you find that psychologically you are interrupted. So objective number three of the research is to recommend strategies for presenting and managing roommates conflicts in the college community. So on this one, what are some of the strategies for presenting and managing these conflicts which arise among roommates? So number one, we have that we talked to peer mentors as being one. So in the strategy, you find that first of all, you have to consult the hall representative. The hall representative then gets another second party, that is maybe the peer mentor. The peer mentor calls the disagreeing parties, and if he or she is not able to talk to them and make them get in good terms, find that you consult the chair of the peer mentors, who will then, if the matter is too difficult for him or her to handle, find that takes to maybe the housing secretary. The housing secretary then consults the wellness center. Wellness center will be there. Now the linking between the students and the administration. So if the matter is too much for the wellness center to handle, find that it goes to the principal. It goes to the principal, then the matter is solved. So what are some of the benefits of the research group members? So amongst ourselves in groups, what are some of the benefits of solving conflict or trying to get some strategies to solve these problems amongst roommates? So number one, we have development of effective communication skills. This was the main reason we talked about in the first slide, that ineffective communication is the main problem that will cause conflict among roommates. So we find that as ineffective communication being one of the hindrances to peace in our rooms, we developed that sense of having effective communication. Number two, have understanding one's cultural differences. So, disrespecting my space and my culture and my lifestyle is one of the things that brings about conflict amongst ourselves. So, by giving solutions to these conflicts, we find that I understand how you want to live, you understand how I want to live, you understand my culture, and I understand yours. My lifestyle, you understand my lifestyle, and I understand yours too. Number three, we have solving practical skills, hence eliminating laziness. Which are some of these practical skills, life skills? We have cleanliness, that is, we're talking about cleaning the rooms. Find that when that one person fails to attend to his or her duties in the room where you live, find that you people will not be in good terms with the person. So, with curbing this laziness, we find that we install some practical skills, thus we eliminate laziness. So, number 4, we have promote respect and obedience for one's space and boundary. So, if we employ some of the strategies to mitigate this conflict amongst fellow teacher trainees or fellow learners around the college, find that we promote respect and obedience. You will respect me, I will respect you. So now we go to the benefits of the research to the college community. What are some of the benefits of this research or on implication of solutions to women conflict in the college community? So the college community will benefit in number 1, promotes peace and unity among community members. So when we live us around the college, me, my roommates, fellow learners, so you find that when we come together, you make up a community. So find that living in peace or solving some of the disagreements or conflicts amongst ourselves leads to peace and unity among community members. So benefit number 2, we have decreased health issues and enhanced mental health. So just the other week we were talking about the college was having a mental health week. So you have that when we employ some of the strategies to solve this conflict, you have decreased health issues such as decreased headaches, insomnia, fatigue, depression. Yeah, and also benefit number 3, we have promotes excellence in academic performance. Find that solving some of these conflicts and disagreements leads to excellence in academic performance because it enhances concentration in class, which helps in one capturing maybe the content or what is taught clearly. So finally, some of the activities that were carried out throughout the research. Number 1, discussion on problems faced by individuals and college community. That was number 1. Which the problem we say. So we discussed some of the problems, and our main problem which we tackled was on conflict among roommates. Number 2, identify the main problem, that was conflict or disagreement among roommates. Identify possible causes and solutions to the problem by intervening individual learners. So some of the causes, we said laziness, disrespect, drug and substance abuse. Number 4, we have interview for representative on causes of conflict among roommates. Number 5, we have sharing the views of the whole housing of the whole representatives of the housing secretaries to seek for possible solutions. So after sharing the views of all representatives to housing secretary, we interviewed the head of peer mentors, that is Mr. Lawrence, on solutions to conflict among roommates. And second last activity was forwarding conflicting parties to the head of peer mentors for counseling. So for the conflicting parties, we forwarded them to Lawrence, who later forwarded them to the Wellness Center for Guidance and Counseling. The last activity of the group was designing on awareness posters and documentation. So that was all we did throughout the project. Thank you.